TomBrooksArtist.com. They're working on the bridge. You can hear it in the background. Okay. Talking about using any resource as a stimulus. And every morning you get up, you're a different person. Okay, so some of those feelings are going to carry forward. This is a resource I'm using, and I have done several sketches. I start with getting acquainted with the piece, and what marks am I going to use, and what kind of painting is it going to be. So it's a blocked out, semi-realist interpretation. So how simplified can I make this and still have it read as a realist piece? And this is the final composition over here, one of these two, combination of the two. Okay, so I have a 5x7. This is one start with a background tone blocked out, a different version, and another version. And this is an 11x14 with alla prima. This is getting acquainted with the painting. I do intend to do a workshop with this to be completed in one session with individual interpretation. So I'm going to start on this one today. This is the focal point, focal area, sort of the center of the energy field, and that's where I started when I did my drawing and also my painting. So I'm thinking I'll start there. Okay, so I work back and forth and fairly thin. If you start working with paint that's half dry, it's a little bit complicated in terms of how you blend. So I worked the whole area, got it wet with paint, and kept working back into it. Now it's going to dry differently than it looks wet. So you need to observe that on your individual painting. It's going to go, for me, the way I work, this is going to go darker and more translucent. And then I have to make a judgment about, is that what I want? Well, this should dry darker and less intense, letting some of that dark color come through. I like this orange coming through here. This has to be a transition. Let me grab the photo here. I like this red. So you can see it's red. So even though this is the color down in here of what it actually is, the red will make it look like a sun at sunset. This one may be going a little more on the abstract side, because all of a sudden I like this interaction. Now remember, this is still wet. So it's got to dry so I can see what it is. I may gray this down more. I may gray this down more, but I really like this vibration and these shapes in here. Remember, whatever you're painting, whatever it's going to look like, if it's going to look like anything, it's first of all shapes. You need to look at the edges and the shape, the two-dimensional nature of what you're doing. There's enough movement in here to suggest tree. You go up close, you got some nice things going on here. This orange popping through. Okay. You come back at a normal viewing distance, you get kind of a soft edge, and that is one of the challenges with acrylic, is how you deal with this interaction to make it soft or a blend like this. So how are you going to do that? Are you going to layer it? Actually paint the different tones? You have several options. Okay, so that's kind of an intermediary stage at this point. That's where I'm at this point. I'm not sure which direction this painting is going. It's talking to me. But I'm going abstract down here, but the pictorial dynamics creates a tension between foreground and background. We have a feeling of this warmth in the atmosphere over here. So I'm probably going to tone this down. I'll go more realistic and take a tone like this and glaze it over here and just see what happens. Well, I'm fiddling with this over here. I don't like it. So I'm picking with it. When in doubt, take it out. That's one of the axioms I work by. So I'm going to do that. Okay. Takes a little courage to do that. Definitely like the design element better. I'm going to put some more in here, maybe rework this a little bit. I'm liking it much better. The painting is its own. I like the abstract dynamics in here very much. And the positive negative flip here. That pictorial tension and this relationship. I'm going to let it sit for a while, see if there's anything else I need to do. TomBrooksArtist.com